Welcome to the CueSports International Expo. This is the Diamond Las Vegas Open, $25,000 added, 128 players. This is the second of 5 U.S. Pro Billiard Series events, sponsored and presented by CueSports International and Predator. The game is 10-ball, race to 4, winner breaks, best of 2 sets. If players split sets, it goes to a spot shot shootout on the 30-second clock with a 20-second extension. This is George Deshay in the booth with Jeremy Jones calling the live action from the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. Alex Kazakis and Jason Bell.
Yeah, Alex to break here in game number 1, narrowly winning the lag.
He lagged, Jason lagged it pretty nice. It was pretty close for both of these guys. Jason is from Claremont, Florida. He's a retired golfer. Still teaches golf.
Doesn't have much of a shot on the 1. I don't think, anyways.
Can he go rail first, maybe, and just really thin it? Yeah, he can.
Yeah, he can get to the left side rail.
Get to the left side rail.
Not sure.
It's a tough cut.
Yeah, and try to maybe bank it back up and put the cue ball over on the right side of the table. And
at this juncture, I might as well try to make it from there, I think. This cloth bites pretty good, even though it's new. He just went for there.
Yeah, wasn't much of a rollout there. And
no, where do you roll out there?
Right. Looks like Alex has shed a few pounds to me.
Yes, he does. He looks like he's in much better shape. Well, he's never been out of shape. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it that way. He's in good shape. He's been probably exercising and burning some muscle.
Looks like to me just a safety knocking the one around table.
He came off of a real big.
Oh, he could get at it.
He came off of a real big win not too long ago. Did he beat Shane like 9-0 or 9-1? Who was it that he beat in a big tournament?
That I'm not sure of. He won the World Pool Masters this year. I know that after finishing second in the last one to David Arcadi on that big bank shot that David made.
Oh yeah.
This year he went in and took the title down. Alex did. Now this is going to be a foul unless he shoots.
And he got it off.
That was real close, and nevertheless still a foul, ball in hand. He didn't hit the 1 ball though.
A little confusion. We are playing on, as you can see, diamond tables with the Predator Arcadia Reserve Cloth, the Arena Lights, all Predator, the Arco balls, new Predator Triangle Rack. This is winner breaks, 3-foul rule, 30-second shot clock, early 10 balls and 10 ball on the break to count for a win.
Alex is playing with an extension on his cue, which is, I don't recall that. It's been some time since I've seen him play, of course, but
a little 4-inch extension. Do they use that to kind of like stabilize the cue, to kind of give you a little more weight back there?
Well, yeah, I think it's more about the weight. Just mathematically makes the cue ball easier to move. Gives you a little more power. It looks like to me, I don't know if he's going to go long of this or play a 3-7 combo. Kind of got stuck in between a little bit.
Yeah, the 9 doesn't go by the 4. If it does, it only has half a pocket or less.
George meant the 4 by the 9.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah,
exactly, the 4 by the 9.
He's going to play this 3-7 combo.
It's our last match of the night, folks. I apologize for that.
He's trying to catch the 9 solid. Didn't do so.
Do you like a 1-rail kick here or a 2-rail kick? I like the 2-rail kick. You can cross it a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things that can happen. You'll want to call a pocket. No reason not to, really. I'm going to jump this. I don't see the point in jumping this. Super tough jump shot.
He's going to find out how short that 30 seconds is.
Well, that and, you know, don't know Jason, but I hate to give up ball in hand right here to get started.
Oh, sure, especially the first game.
Guess he's not too worried about it, but wow, what a shot.
Well, when you can jump like that, my. That was a spectacular shot. That was a spectacular shot. He got that ball down so fast, and it's kept it in the air a long way over the 8. Look at that great replay.
And he's gotten close enough to the 4. He can draw over for the 5 in the same pocket, I believe. It might be a little heavy. Okay, he went in and come out for the other. Well, maybe it doesn't go. I thought he could certainly hold for the 5 in the same pocket as the 4, though. But okay, just don't baby it. It's got to collide with the 5 as long as he doesn't baby it. Or, excuse me, collide with the 10, the cue ball.
I just come over. Yeah, he's got enough angle to get off
You
the
draw
rail.
all the way back to the end rail. Okay, he's stunned. And that's one of the shots that's so much different than years ago with Simonis cloth versus the older, slower felt. Really isn't much of a straight in on Simonis felt, in my opinion. Because it seems like you can always move the ball a little bit.
Yeah, it grabs and you can move it pretty good. Yeah, when you said draw the ball over, I looked at that and I said, well, yes, you can. I don't think about that. Just coming across if you have enough angle, and it looked like he had enough, but he hit it very nice.
Yeah, it doesn't take much angle.
No,
that's kind of the point. Now 1-0 lead. What I was getting at before that jump shot is, you know, you kind of know your players a little bit as a player, and of course us in the booth. And Alex could look at, you know, being a pretty solid favorite in this match here as a whole. And that's why maybe I stay away from that jump shot. Of course, I'm not as good with the jump cue as Alex is.
Yeah.
And he proved that quickly right there on that 3 ball. But it was an easy kick to not give up ball in hand. And when you're a big favorite in a match, you know, that's one thing you stay away from, is giving a big underdog ball in hand in a
well, you build their confidence if they're successful with it.
Well, they get to shoot some shots.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
get a little more comfortable.
Yeah, they spend more time at the table, they can do more damage.
Right.
All of a sudden you get a bad roll or 2, and they get a couple of good ones, and you can find yourself in trouble in the race to 4.
7's coming towards the pocket. Got a cuttable 1 ball. We'll see if he wants to take it on. It could lead towards a run out. If the 10 wasn't there, if he could go straight up and down the table with no problem, get in shape on the 2, I think he takes this cut on. Otherwise, I'm not sure. He may just put him behind the 2 ball and bank the 1 away.
Yeah, I like
he's going
behind
to take
the
it
2
on.
ball.
You know, there's another side of looking at that, to where you feel like you're that favorite, but you need to get loose to win the tournament. You know, you
take these shots.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You may look at this like it's the final, and I need to be shooting these balls in.
Well, you don't get much practice time.
8, isn't it?
It's going to be just perfect. You don't get much practice time on this stream table, because nobody's allowed to practice on it. It's just for games only. So this is if you're that solid of a favorite, this is a good practice set.
Wow, what was that? That wasn't even close to 30 seconds.
That'll put a hitch in your giddy up.
Yeah, and the thing that's happening here, I think that's happened a few times maybe, is
Reset it and start it. Go.
Is that the clock's getting reset before the cue ball stops rolling. You know how that went around the table and it rolled for a while, the cue ball, and I think on accident there a couple of times. I think in the last match we saw it once with Shane. So he just try to get over to the left side rail here. Oh, he's coming all the way down. Okay, he had plenty of 2-ball to work with. Good thing for Alex, I think the 4 does go by the 8, so he doesn't have to work the cue ball back up the table. I think, anyways, it's a little tight. But
the 4 ball's in a good place. It's a little tight by the 8, but
I think it does go.
If he can get the cue ball where it is now, he'll like it.
He decided to come above it.
Worked it real well. Right into position. Alex Kazakis. Glyfadia, Greece. I was going to say Spain. Those are my favorite countries in Europe. I've been to Spain, not Greece.
This is going to get a little straightish, but he's got a little, pretty straight. So he's going to have to draw back to the side.
He actually just looked at that as you said that, and that's right where he's going. Little angle.
Yeah, I think I come out for the 10 in the same side pocket here, just one rail, but it looks like he's going to work the cue ball maybe. I don't know. Oh, he's just going to stay on the other side. He was full enough. Got a little more of a cut on this side pocket than he wanted, though.
Yeah. Game number 2. back to the CueSports International Expo, comprised of the BCA World Championships, the USA National Championships, and the Predator World 10 Ball. All part of the expo, along with lots of vendors and things pool related. Kazakis to break game number 3, leading 2-0 over Jason Bell from Florida.
And now he's struggling a little bit with the break, but got one down there. He's got a long shot on the 2. He's going to have to elevate and dig on this cue ball a little bit anyways to get a shot on the 3.
After this tournament, we'll have 3 more of the U.S. Pro Billiard Series events, one in Michigan, Ohio, and Puerto Rico.
Great strike
Nice
there.
shot. Nice stroke.
Well, he got so much out of it now, even though being on the rail, he got enough angle on the 3 to come back for the 4. I think perfectly, just getting past the 5, 2 rails.
Well, the one thing about going past the 5 is it doesn't look like he can scratch going by it.
Yeah, I think the angle's perfect. Just maybe a half a tip to a tip of right English. He put a little less English, got a little steeper on the 4, but shouldn't be a problem. Put a little more into it too. Didn't let it spread as much as I thought he may. Kind of hit a little harder. Still good though, just a matter of pocketing this ball. Doubt he floats it, he might go up and down here.
See, I'd like to be like, well, where he's at right now, just a little bit over to the right, just a hair over, or in line with the 9 and the 6, and then just go 2 rails for the 7. Which do you prefer on that shot, on a shape like that?
Well, from where he was at, I keep it simple and just do this. I don't even draw this. I draw this on the top side of the 9, not below the 9. And take the little cut on the 7 here. I don't see any reason to draw the cue ball underneath the 9. This low right just may come within 5 or 6 inches of the 9 ball here. Just like that. Exactly how you're supposed to play it. He actually got good enough. He could hold for the 9 on the side if he wanted.
And this 9 ball and 10 ball for game number 3. It is a race to 4.
First to win 2 sets. If they split sets, they go to a spot shot shootout.
John is racking the balls with that Predator rack. Keep in mind, when we get some close-ups of the balls, take a look at the reflection on the balls. And you'll see the Predator arena lights above it. This table has 8 of them above there. So it's got the whole arena lit up. The other tables only have 1 hanging right above it. It does a great job of lighting the table up.
Alex Kazakis up 3-0 on the hill here in set number 1.
There we go. Ooh, I thought that 4 ball was going to come in, but everything stayed out.
Yeah, so
and we'll get our
first good offensive look at Mr. Bell.
Mr. Bell here.
He snookered in game number 1. Went after a kick shot on the 1 ball and really hasn't got much sense. You're just about making the 1. You can play the 2-5 from a lot of places.
Oops. You're looking at a 805 Fargo of Alex's versus a 531 of Jason Bell.
Yeah, everything pretty opened up. You may have to play the 4 in the side. Probably comes around, excuse me, the 6 in the side off the 4, but probably comes around off the 4 for the 6 in the same corner. Really open table here to get this first set in the books.
And he's got the angle to do as he pleases. Go around him, above him.
He'll just bleed the cue ball by the 10, making sure he holds that nice angle. Doesn't want to get to where he has to go into the 10 at all. Alex, a very efficient player, like most Europeans, to be honest with you.
And you know, we make statements like that, and it leads me to think, and Americans don't do that because they like to power the ball around more and not work with so much angle?
No, not at all. I mean, there's plenty of Americans that are efficient, but these guys play against each other all the time, so they're learning that from each other all the time.
Got it. We'll just stop it right there. Maybe even bring it back a little bit. Yeah.
But that's also why, you know, I think you still see the great Europeans, the ones, you know, Alvin, of course, is a guy that very efficient with the cue ball, like Mario, we talked about earlier, but a guy that can come with the shots. The Europeans that I see still win the biggest tournaments are the guys that, of course, they're all great players and efficient, but the guys that still have a little something, a little swag, you might say. You know what I'm saying? Like a Filler, for instance. You know, Filler's a guy, of course, he plays great position. He does a lot of things great, but he's also a guy that can knock in that big shot. So that's kind of what I'm getting at. Not saying Alex can't, but you would label the big shot guy to maybe be somebody, you know, instead of Alex.
Jason Bell to break the opening game of set number 2 after dropping the first one to Alex Kazakis. Jason is from Claremont, Florida. And we haven't seen too much offense from him. He hasn't had much to shoot at. But he's made a ball on the break and a shot on the one.
Yeah, he's just got to settle himself. I'm sure a very unique situation for him here in this setting. Playing one of the top players in the world. Okay, he's knocked the one in. Fortunate to hold for the 2.
That's how you use the side pocket to hold shape for the 2 there.
That roll on him a little bit. Now he's going to have to kick. Now he needs to call a pocket. Call a ball in a pocket. No reason not to. Shot. Did he not call that? I guess not. Okay. So Alex is certainly going to take this on. Natural position to the 6. 7's near. 8, 9 near.
These are lined up pretty good for Alex. You use the side rail and come back out.
Yeah, Alex, I've known him now 7, 8 years maybe. Time flies, so I'm not sure exactly how long, but he wasn't a guy I wouldn't say wasn't going to get to the spot that he's in now in the pool world, but man, he sure did work hard doing it, I'll tell you. All these guys work hard, but I mean, he spent so much time just grinding and taking losses and playing the big events and just doing all the right things, and then he was doing that in Europe as well. So that built one heck of a chin, making his way through the pool ranks.
He's worked hard at his game, very hard.
Yeah, I know. When he used to travel with, I think it was Nick Malai from Greece, and another great player from Greece, but he was far behind Nick at that time. Like it wasn't even a question on who the better player was, but a couple years on down the road, Alex is, not to take anything away from Nick, but he's kind of surpassed him a little bit.
Well, Fargo would agree with you. Nick's in the, what, 780-ish range?
I'm not sure. I don't keep up with the scores in the Fargo too much.
I kind of watch him a little bit.
I don't understand it well enough to probably. Okay, he's got the one tracking. Nothing down so far. Get another look at Jason here with an easy starter on the one, position on the two, pretty easy. May have let it get away from him here. He may end up on top. No, he's coming clean, so he may be able to cut this in.
A little bit of a cut.
Yeah, it does. It does look like a little much. He's going to take it on, though. know if the 3 goes now.
Past that 9 ball. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's a toughie.
Putting the 2 up there, trying to drop the cue ball behind the 10.
That's a pretty smart shot to force your opponent to open up the problem.
Yeah, he may have given him the bottom of this 2 ball though. If I gave him a little edge of this 2 ball, he may not like it. But looks like to me now he's sizing up the kick shot. Nice kick shot too. Move the 4 down table, so getting on that 5-7 combo, or maybe even opening the 5-7 up, much more doable now.
Yeah, 3 ball does seem to go by the 9, so.
He may hit this with a high ball and take his chances here a little bit. Just because you're only catching an edge of the 5.
It looks like that. It looks
right?
that way. It looks like it'll be a favorable hit.
Oh, he went into a lot of speed.
I think he was expecting to hit it. Otherwise, I don't see a reason for the speed.
I think he was trying to get behind the 4
I think so
there.
too, yeah, that little 3 rail come to it.
It's amazing how much different expecting to see certain expressions with the mask on. It's
Yeah, you can't see him, so you can't read the player as well. Yeah. In fact, it was Mario He that was sitting over there with the mask on. You look at him in the chair, and it looked like he was falling asleep. You know, but you can't see that with the mask.
Right.
You know?
Looks like he's got just enough angle here on the 4 to stun over for that 5-7 combo. Looks like the combo lays real nice as well.
This combo looks pretty good here. Things seem to have slowed down. The shot clock's still going, but this match just seems to be going a little slower.
You may go past this right here. You may go up and down. That's the shot that I kind of feared is trying to kill it.
To hold it?
Yeah.
Tough to hold.
Thought it might be a little bit anyways.
Yeah, it was pretty steep, so it's hard to hold. Especially.
Yeah, and you know, you always put a little more into it, it seems like, with that inside, just because you're wanting to make sure you get a clean cut on the object ball, and it's just tough. Now, you should still manage this. This is 1, 2, 3, back over. Looks okay. To open our match with 6 games in a row here in 8, 9, and 10. Kazakis 2-0 second set.
Kazakis to break in game number 3. Leading 2-0 in the second set after winning the first set 4-0.
Yeah, this is something I would definitely entertain in a match where I feel like I'm a real solid favorite and with this lead. His experience,
experimenting with the break.
Experimenting
Sure.
with the break a little bit. I mean, not only that, I mean, he's made balls a couple times. I wouldn't say it's everything he was in love with, but
Long shot on the one.
yeah, for sure. Nice shot.
Nice shot.
I think the 4 does go in the lower left if you got just right. Now it does go in the upper left. That's for sure.
He's pretty straight here. He's got a slight, if he cheats the pocket to the left side of the pocket, lower side, he might be able to hit the side rail, but he's pretty straight.
Yeah, just didn't get the draw on the ball he wanted. I might call this 10 ball cross corner here, kicking at it.
Kicking at it.
Yeah. I think that's what he's called. I think that's the right shot. I think it gives him a chance. You got enough speed?
No, it didn't have. It just hung up in front of the pocket.
I think that is what he called, though.
I agree. Yep. His body English indicated he was pushing the ball towards the pocket.
So Alex has got to take this on a little bit. Maybe cues this a little inside. He could go back and forth. and try and get by the 9 and play the 5 by the 8. He has a big pocket on the 5 there. I don't think that's the play he does, though. Man, how good's he cueing the ball? Heavy inside English there. May have gotten too nice on this 5 ball.
We got 2 straight.
Yeah, because the 7's past the side. So he can't just simply shoot the 6 and stay on that side unless he plans on taking on a 7-8 combo, maybe.
Would you consider just stopping the ball there and
Banking?
playing the cue ball into the 10?
Yeah, well, you got to call it.
Yeah.
You can't just play
You
the
can't play
6
both
and
ways.
the
Yeah,
10.
exactly.
He got the cue ball out a long ways, though. So he's going to try and run out now. And I haven't seen every match on this table. But I have to say, Alex has been as clean on this table as anybody I've seen so far.
Yes, he has. Oh, look how nice that was. Looks like he's playing it in the side.
Yeah, it's tight, but it goes.
Extension. Extension, please.
It's all about making the ball.
Mm-hmm. Alex Kazakis looking pretty sharp on this table. As good as anything we've seen, as Jeremy just pointed out. This will put him on the hill for the set and the match. It will be our last match of the night. We'll be back at noon tomorrow. Noon or 11, Jeremy?
Noon.
Noon. Join us for the afternoon of some of the best pool. We'll start our second round matches.
Kazakis going back to the center table break. He needs to just put more into him, I think. That's a pretty nice hit there. 4 ball, no, got kissed out of the way. Don't see anything down. So you've all heard it's now or never for Jason.
Yeah, everything looks good till you get to the 8, 9, 10. And actually, if you get right on the 8, it looks good there too. Get that cue ball on the right side, on the lower side of your screen right now. He's got to come down a little further for this tease. He's down far enough.
And he's got to go back and forth, though, or draw into a piece of the 3 maybe.
Yeah, it might kick over to those 3 balls by the spot and tie things up. But he hit that very nice.
Yeah, that's a good shot. Needs it to get by the 8 so he can cue easily. Yeah.
It did not. Nothing's got easy for him.
No, nice. Usually this shot here, you kind of, even though you know you got to hit it light, you hit it even too light a lot of times. Kind of drag the 3 into that side rail and hit it thick usually, but we'll see how Jason wants to play it.
And
All ball
fouls.
yeah, that's usually the way you miss it on the.
Yeah, when you're over a ball elevated.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know why exactly. I do know some reasons why, but. Doesn't appear the 4 goes by the 9. Now, would you roll this maybe? Or is he trying to stun it?
I might roll into the 4. No, he can't roll into the 4.
He's trying to hold it, I think,
Going
actually.
to the rail and back over, I think. Yeah, he was trying to come back over it.
Yeah, he's going to have to use the 9 to gain shape on the on the 5 though. So he'll play this cut shot, some inside English, which would be left spin. Not to make the 4 so much, but to carry off the 9 back towards the 5 with the cue ball. Doesn't need a lot, but he definitely needs some. Nice shot. Like I said, I think I've done some great play on this table already today, but overall, Alex has looked like in control more than anybody so far.
Now we got just right on the 6.
As well as I do, George, it's easy to have a letdown when you're a big favorite in a match like this.
And he hasn't.
No, not at
No,
all.
he hasn't. Not at all. He looked good all the way through it.
Little right spin, catching 2 rails to come directly at that 8 ball.
Good old line shape. He's perfect. Take down the last 2 balls. The set and the match. And if I had to shoot a 10 ball for the tournament, that's the one I'd like to shoot right there.
Not bad, right?
Yeah.
Alex Kazakis advances through the first round, staying undefeated. Jason Bill will be back on the 1-loss side.